I said next week on the 18th was going to be our first scheduled live next Friday at 9 p.m. Made a little post today announcing that. But honestly, I wait till next week. I had something on my mind tonight, and I figured, what the heck, let's get started tonight. So I'm 18 minutes late, but I wasn't planning on being here. I was talking to my good friend Tools with Souls, and I had a lot of ideas just running through my head, and I said, screw it, I'm going live to discuss it. So we'll wait for some people to get on here. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Roosh. We'll wait for some people to get in the chat here because I kind of want to have a discussion. And that discussion, I watch all the other channels, just like the rest of you. Good. How are you, Roosh? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Nah. Let's do it. Yeah, we are about to do it. So, I watch all the other tool channels, not like I used to. Like, I used to watch endless hours of VCG, Dana Tools, Total Tool Zone, Shop Tool Reviews. I mean, I could go on and on with the names, right? I watched all of them guys. I used to take everything that they said to heart, okay? No, not Caleb Ross. I didn't start watching him till recently. Until, I didn't even really know of him until I started watching this person that I'm about ready to say. But I would watch all these guys, and they all seemed very, how do I say this? Tool company friendly, let's just say. It always seemed like every tool was awesome. And then the longer you watched over the course of time, like they would always backtrack their words. Like VCG would say that he hated rigid tools. Next thing you know, he's at the rigid facility and they're giving him a bunch of free shit. And next thing you know, he's testing them himself and he's like, wow, I really do like these tools now. So it's just the constant back and forth with who's paying him and who's not paying him type of a deal. No, Roosh, the wife is never going to pack him up. So let's just get off of that subject, why don't we? But, and I would watch these guys just constantly, and then I wasn't even searching for this man. I was on TikTok. I wasn't even on YouTube. I was on TikTok doing something for my pro shop. I forgot what it was, but I was doing something for my pro shop on TikTok. Maybe I shot a 300 and I was, hello, potato paws. Maybe I was just scrolling. Well, I came upon this guy named Tools with Souls, okay? And the first video I ever watched of Tools with Souls was him holding the big you-know-what in his hand, okay? If y'all seen the video, I don't have to repeat it. Him holding the you-know-what in his hand, flapping it around, acting like he was gay while he was using a Makita tool, okay? And I said, look at this fucking guy. This guy's fucking hilarious, right? I see myself in this guy. Like, if people don't know, like, I'm a lot like him. I just am. Very brash, very honest, and at times very stubborn, okay? But anyways, I come across Tools with Souls. And I start watching his stuff and watching his stuff. And then I'm watching him do it. And then I'm watching VCG do it. And they're getting two totally different outcomes. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why is that? Why are they getting two totally different outcomes? So I just kept watching. Then I'd watch Total Tool Zone or Shop Tool Reviews or Torque Test Channel's another one, And don't get me wrong, Torque Test Channel is really cool, right? Because they got machines that they can hook the tools up to and get numbers on tools and all that type of stuff, but it doesn't give you a real world performance. I mean, hell, on Torque Test Channel, they had the snap-on hammer drill rated #1 for power for like a long time. Don't believe me? Go look at the video. That's half the reason why I bought the stupid snap-on hammer drill. And y'all have seen how miserably that is performed in real world situations. So I just kept watching them, and then, I started acquiring quite a bit of tools, because we're doing stuff around the house and between working out at Pep Boys and my tool shops, and I'm looking around, I'm like, I got enough tools to, like, start my own little thing, right? And then this channel was born 4 months ago, okay? And, yeah, right? And it's growing so much. We got 8,000 subscribers. Like, we're like 20 away from 8,000 subscribers. We're almost at 1 million views. And I know that's probably not big numbers for a lot of these channels. Or Project Farm. Yeah, Jimmy. Project Farm is another example of it, right? And I know those aren't big numbers for other channels, but where were they at 4 months in? Were they at where I'm at? Maybe they were. Maybe they weren't. But I got to, first of all, I just want to say thank you to everybody who watches and who has made that happen. It's you guys. You guys watch, you guys click, you guys subscribe, you guys comment, especially all my loyal guys. All the guys that are in the chat here, and you know who you are. All the guys that comment each and every day, who start discussions, who have my back. Thank you. I love all of you. But I'm watching, I said, you know what? This Souls guy, he's got a freaking point. And then I stopped watching the other channels, and I only watch Souls. And then I would watch Souls' live with tactics, and I started getting into watching tools with tactics and all that type of stuff. Well, tidy your bench. How are you going to work on it if it's covered? Well, that's a good question. That's why there's another bench over here. Over there. I did a video on it a couple of nights ago. I haven't cleaned it off. But that bench behind me is where all the tools go. And the other bench is where I work off of. But anyways. Yeah, it's not that covered. It's got a couple pieces of wood, a couple of batteries. That's it. It's not covered. It's not like this one. Trust me. That'll take me 30 seconds to transfer all the way over to this table here. It's not covered. So I said, I did know Acme Tools had like their tool trade show with all the tool brands like DeWalt and Makita and Milwaukee, and list goes on and on. Rigid, Ryobi, list goes on and on. Grassman, Flex. And I said, let's see what these guys did out at the trade shows, right? So I'm watching VCG. Okay? I'm watching this other guy. I'm watching that guy. And I'm getting seriously frustrated watching. Because it's almost like they are... You guys remember the cheap infomercials when you were kids? When we were kids, the cheap infomercials that would be on TV at like 3, 4 in the morning when nobody was up? But if you were up, you were watching some paint stick that was this miracle tool or OxyClean or the ShamWow guy. I could go on and on. I just kept getting more and more of a cheap infomercial vibe as I kept watching. And I'm like, how come these dumb sons of you-know-what, how come they're not asking the tough questions? Why? Why are they... First of all, they're giddy like they're kids on Christmas morning, okay? And I can understand it. New tools is awesome, right? Getting to mess with tools is awesome. But they're all giddy. They're all on the side of the company. And everything is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I have a single bed in one of my rooms that looks like his bench. I like the Makita MIG Torque. Well, unfortunately, I don't. I think they're overpriced. They're overpriced. If their price was about half of what it is, then yeah, I'd say Makita is an alright value. Or, you know, but it ain't. It's, their pricing is ridiculous. And they're at the lower echelon of quality and power and performance compared to the other big brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt and even Rigid, and I hate to say it, I mean fucking Hercules. Hercules outperforms their 40-volt XGT hammer drill. I tested it. So does their impact driver. Their 40-volt XGT impact driver gets dog walked by the Hercules. I won't say dog walked, it's almost a tie. But one tool is damn near $400 and the other one is $69. That's my point. Can the tools do the job? Yeah, sure, but why are you spending that much money for something that isn't that great? Okay. Exactly. You're trying to find value, and that's what Souls has taught me the most. What is the value of that tool? Okay? If you can find value as a homeowner in the Craftsman brand, by all means, pick up a Craftsman. If you can find value in picking up the Hercules brand, which there is quite a bit of value there for a homeowner, hardcore DIY person in the Hercules brand. There just is. I'm not a huge Harbor Freight hater. I'm really not. I mean, that bench right there that I love, Harbor Freight. The frickin' planer that's right there, Harbor Freight, Hercules. Works great. For now. Time will tell. But if that thing lasts 5 years, 6 years, I pay $200 for it. Like, the next cheapest one is like a Craftsman for like $400 at Lowe's. And I don't know if the Craftsman is as good of quality as that Hercules. I don't think it is. But that's up for another debate. The point is, none of these guys ask these tool companies the hard, tough questions. Why? Why can't you ask, well, why did you go that route with this tool? Or why didn't you go this route with that tool? Why are you calling this a drywall fan, right? When all it is a regular fan. Hold on 1 minute. I'm going to leave the camera because I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on. This is, you guys, if you guys watch Caleb Ross, which I am a big supporter of Caleb Ross. I think he's a great kid. And I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. And I like to support good people. And he's a good person. This is the Ryobi Whisper fan. Okay? Now, VCG, Vince, was in the Makita booth. And they were showing Vince, Makita that is, their drywall fan. Why is it a drywall fan? So I wanted to see. It's literally a bigger version of this, okay? A little bit bigger version of this. Not much bigger, a little bit bigger. And because the fan can point up like that and blow air at the ceiling so that your mud can dry faster, so you can get onto the next coat quicker. That's what they said. I didn't use them words, they did. Okay? That it can do this. Oh yeah, and I'm sorry. It goes back and forth like this a little bit. If you have it like here, it will go like this. But that's the only other thing that was different about it, okay? So why is that a drywall fan? It's not. It's just a fan. Why didn't Vince say, are you kidding me? Or in a nicer way, why didn't he say, but guys, that's just a fan. That's like a home style tool like every other company has out on the market. No, you know what he said? That's awesome. You can get your mud done quicker and the blah-blah-bee, blah-boo, blah-boo, blah-boo. And I just started getting more and more angry watching it. And I started texting souls. You mean oscillate? Yeah, you know what I mean. Yes, that's exactly what I mean, oscillate. So instead of just being like, guys, it's just a normal fan that you made a little bit bigger and it oscillates slightly. Why is that a $250 fan and called a drywall fan? Please explain yourself. No, instead, he sits there and he hypes it up like it's the greatest thing since sliced frickin' bread. And that 99.5% of the people didn't know about this tool. Oh, I wonder why. Because 99.5% of the fucking normal people in this world know it's just a fan, Vince. That's why. You can tell I'm getting a little angry, right? With my tone and shit. That's one thing about me. I'm passionate, okay? And when that passion comes out, sometimes people can just take me the wrong way. But no, it's just passion. Hi, Juan. Hi, Rocky. There's this kid in here, guys. You see this kid here? Pat's Crawler Garage. He is a Boy Scout from my area here in Western New York. And he makes these cool little, like, crawling trucks. Just like you see, like, in competitions and stuff that are climbing walls and stuff like the Jeeps. He makes, like, miniature versions of those and courses to do them on. It's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool kid. And if you can give him a like and a subscribe, that'd help him out a lot. He also makes these tool and battery holders that he 3D prints at home. He's got Flex, Milwaukee, DeWalt, and a couple other companies too, Pat. If I'm missing any, put them in the comments there. Go ahead, start promoting yourself, Pat. But anyways, he's making me a few, and we're going to test them out here. We're going to test them out and see how well they work. He's got battery holders and all kinds of stuff so you can organize your tools. It's just these little things that your tools clip into. They're actually pretty cool. So be on the lookout for that, guys. We're going to be testing those from Pat's Crawler Garage. He's a young kid who's trying to become a content creator. If you guys could be nice. Where is he? He's out of Amherst, New York, if that's what you're asking, Juan. But yeah, he commented up above here. He commented, who would you say has the best rotary hammer? Because I need one. And I have batteries for DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Flex. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, kid. The best rotary hammer is Bosch, the Bosch Bulldog. Those are the best rotary hammers. But if you got Flex, Milwaukee, or DeWalt, if you want to stay within those three ecosystems, then I would say the Flex rotary hammer is the best out of those three if you don't want to add another ecosystem or another Bosch or another battery to your tool collection there. He's right above here, Roosh. He just commented, Pat's, P-A-T-S, Crawler, C-R-A-W-L-E-R, Garage. He just commented above. I can also make stuff for pack out too. So he can make all this cool stuff for pack out. Pat, tag Roosh in here, Sharush, so that way he can give you a like and a subscribe. And start promoting yourself a little bit, kid. Get your product out there. Get your product out there. We're going to show that it works, and we're going to get people ordering it. Because you want to know why? Because you're a hard worker. And hard work pays off, my friend. Okay? Pat, write the word curry. Guys, be careful. Let's keep this a little PG. He is a 14-year-old kid. I know you guys are good, but hey, there's the guy that we've been talking about. Tools with Souls just came in. Trust me, Souls, we've been saying nothing but good things about you. Trust me. So, what do you, I mean, I know why that they're buddy-buddy with the tool companies. I know why. Because they feel the more they kiss that tool company's ass, the more free tools are going to be sent their way. The more money is going to be sent their way, and I get it. Making money is awesome. but at what price? To say everything's fucking awesome? That ain't at my price. I'm going to tell you a little. I got some breaking news too that I've kind of kept secret. The only person I've told is my wife and Tools with Souls, because I value Souls' opinion on a lot of stuff. Okay, we got some tools coming our way via Vivor. They are sending me some tools to review. They want me to do a 6 to 8 minute video on the tools that they're sending. Okay. And there's this other thing called Flexi Mount Storage Solutions. It's really cool. It's like this storage unit that you can raise and lower with a pulley system in your garage, so that way you can store stuff, lift it up to the ceiling, and that way it's out of the way, not on the floor, and all that type of stuff. So we're going to be reviewing that as well. But they will be unbiased reviews. I'm not just going to get the stamp of approval because they sent me a free tool, or because they're going to be giving me a 10% commission on every sale. If it sucks, I'm going to tell you it sucks. I am interested in the elevator thing. Yeah, it does look pretty cool. If you want to tag his channel, Josh, you need a mod. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, I'm going to figure out all the mod stuff for next week. This was kind of a last minute thing. I've been talking with Apache. If anybody else wants to be a moderator, let me know. My email is in my description on my channel. If you're interested in being a moderator, send me an email and we'll talk about it, okay? Because I definitely need to take care of that. I keep forgetting about that for some odd reason. Juan thinks Persian and Indian are the same. Yeah, so do a lot of people, Souls. You'd be shocked how many people don't have a proper education. Not saying that Juan doesn't, just saying people. Juan is the mod god. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. We're talking about how douchebags... Oh, no, we were talking about how I got a couple of companies sending me some tools and that I will not be told what to say. If it's good, I'm going to tell you it's good. If there's parts of it that are kind of I'm going to tell you it's kind of If it's just all right, if it's just downright shit, I'm going to tell people it's downright shit. I don't care about the 10% commission. Yeah, is it nice if I could sell 100 units from doing the video and make $500-600? Yeah, it would be awesome. But there's a line item crossed that I've never crossed, and it won't happen. And Tekton tools, you know, the wrenches and the ratchets and the automotive hand tools company, made in the USA. I'm actually a big fan of Tekton. Before Icon came out at Harbor Freight, I was kind of like a big Tekton guy because they were cheap, they were good stuff, and they had a lifetime warranty, and it was easy. You just emailed them, boom, they sent you a shipping label. They emailed you a shipping label, boom, you shipped it into them. A day or two later, you had a new wrench or ratchet. So I've always been a big fan of Tekton. So I'm really, really, really psyched to be doing a video with Tekton. I like doing videos and stuff for stuff that I believe is good and that I already support. Tekton and Cobalt, that's funny. Yeah, I know they're made in the USA. Yeah. So, how come people in this world can't ask the hard questions? That's the gist of this live. How come they can't go to the tool trade show and just be like, hey, dumb shit, Makita freaking rep. Pretend this is a Makita drywall fan, okay? Right? Pretend this is a Makita drywall fan. How come he can't just say, that ain't a drywall fan. That's just a regular fan, bro. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. You put a goofy name on it so you can charge a freaking boatload for it, and then you get people thinking that you reinvented the wheel. You didn't reinvent shit. It's a fan. Everyone is a god in America, Josh. Yeah. Yeah, I get it, Roosh. Well, welcome, Joshua Boo. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Many of you are humble, but not most. Yes, you're right. But also, that's what's kind of that's what made this country great, though. Too, Juan. I'm not. There's times to be humble, and then there's times to be that cocky, arrogant son of a bitch. There just is. When I'm competing, if I'm competing, I don't care if it's against my mother. It could be my mother. And I'm telling you right now, I want to rip her fucking head off. Because I hate losing. Do I lose? Yeah, I lose a lot. But I hate it. And I try everything in my power to not make it happen. I'll tell you a little story. I bowled a few days ago in a local tournament. Okay? I finished second. You think I'd be happy with second? And I was, once you kind of calm down for about an hour off the lanes. But man, I was fucking pissed I didn't win. Want to know why I was effing pissed why I didn't win? Because I lost by 3 pins. Okay, I lost by 3 pins, and I missed a pretty easy spare that I've probably made 99.2% of the time in my career, and it cost me the win and an extra $500. Let's see what he's saying here. Joshua, I agree with, I think that meant with. I agree with you because a lot of people don't know how to use Defender 8 because I watch a lot of drag racing. Do use the electric fans. They don't know how to use them. Yeah. Not at bowling. Yep. Yeah, Pat, you're right. VCG. You want to know why he loves Makita? Because they pay him the moolah. Yeah. Thank you, Denny. Denny O'Fools. Exactly. That word game changer. If I hear that again, I may blow my brains out. Yeah, exactly, Souls. That's exactly right. What Souls just said right there. What he said right there is 110% right, and that's how I think. I apply everything that I've learned throughout my life in bowling the same way as I do this tool channel. They tried ousting me because me and my friends were a little bit different. We thought a little bit differently about the game, and we were fucking kicking their asses while doing it. So instead of embracing us and us all working together to teach this type of stuff, they tried ousting us. Okay? Well, it didn't work. Okay? It just did not work. We grew it, taught beside the pyramids in Egypt, literally taught bowling the little kids along the pyramids in Egypt. How crazy is that? That was 2009. And now we're in 2025, and Bull U has pretty much taken over the whole teaching part of the sport. How to teach it, proper terminology, proper everything. But there's still a lot of people out there that hate it because they didn't get in when they should have got in. And now they're realizing really, really, really hard that they probably should have got in way back when, because now it's too late. Yeah, greatness doesn't come from hope. Greatness comes from an unwillingness to accept anything less than winning. That is 100% correct. It's okay, Joshua. You just be you. You're not going to be judged. It's okay. No problem. Freaking learning with one. Yeah, I know. And I was talking to Souls a little while ago, and I said to him, I want to go to these trade shows. I want to be the guy who asks the tough questions. I just do. I want to be the guy to walk in the Makita booth and be like, I get it. You're trying to say it's a drywall fan, but honestly, to my viewers, it's just a regular fan, people. If you are in the Makita line and got their batteries, by all means, buy the Makita fan, but it's not a drywall fan. Like, that's what I want to do, because nobody is doing it. All right, Soul, see you later. No more FP, nice shop. What do I build? Okay, so if you don't know my history, I own 2 bowling pro shops in my area, okay? So I drill a lot of bowling balls all day long, okay? Yeah, it's great compared to what? Yeah, at those trade shows. I completely agree, Souls. See you, Souls. But anyways, no more. I own 2 bowling pro shops in the area, so during bowling season, which is September till about the end of April, I'm drilling bowling balls all day, every day. Okay, that's what I do. I got these huge drill presses that cost thousands of dollars. Okay, I also work at Pep Boys as a part-time mechanic in the winter and as a full-time mechanic in the summer. Okay, and then this little shop that you see here down in my basement. This is where I come to let off steam and woodwork. I do cutting boards, charcuterie boards, stovetop covers. I've done a bunch of those. I have started a project. I am getting, because I work with epoxy resins all day long at my bowling pro shop, because that's what we use to plug the holes in bowling balls. If we got to re-drill somebody's ball, we will fill the holes with epoxy resin and then smooth it down to where it's flush with the ball and then re-drill the ball. So I know a lot about working with epoxy resins. I've worked with epoxy resins for 20 years now. So I have just built the first mold, because I'm going to start making live edge epoxy tabletops. Yep, you heard it. We have, me and my friend Marshall, we have started, and we're going to start building beautiful epoxy resin live edge wood tabletops, plus other various little woodworking stuff. And I'm a hardcore DIYer. Like, I'm literally remodeling my house as we speak. We just paid it off about a month ago, and I'm remodeling the whole thing, gutting it, remodeling it, and then we're selling it, and then we're moving to Tennessee, getting out of New York. And I'm doing it all myself. I ain't paying nobody to do it. Yeah. Yeah, Dave, it is beautiful if it's done right. I've seen a lot of examples where it's not done right, and you can tell it wasn't done right. If you do it right, them tables are, they're just beautiful. Pat, what shops do I have? I own 10 in the Pit Pro Shop inside of Brad Angelo Lanes in Lockport, New York, 6280 South Transit Road. And I also own 10 in the Pit Pro Shop inside of Wimbledon Lanes, 220 Center Road, West Seneca. Those are my 2 pro shops. When am I leaving? It's not going to be for a little bit. It's going to be at least 2 or 3 years. A lot of work to do. Not enough time to get it done really quickly. So it's going to be a slow process, but the process has started. We already got a plot of land picked out and paid for, and we're gonna build our own house out in Tennessee too. Yeah, we're not gonna buy some fucking house that you get stuck with shit that you didn't know about and all that. Nope, we're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna do it the right way with the right materials, and it's gonna stand forever. Dave, what's my bowling average? My highest bowling average ever was 241. For the whole year, that was 90 games on Thursday nights out at Alden Lanes in Alden, New York, and that came not this past year, but the year before that. That was my highest bowling average ever, 241. But I'm usually in that 235 range. Yep, from the ground up. Yep, that's exactly what we're doing, Jimmy, from the ground up. Yeah, it all depends what you want to do, Joshua. Sharoos, have I ever had a perfect game? You know I've had a perfect game because I've posted it on this channel when I had one. But I know why you're asking that. Yes, I don't. There's a lot of guys that cling on to what their number is. And no, I don't mean the number of times you screwed a woman or a girl. Like, literally guys cling to how many 300s they have, and they got this little ticker going every time they get one that they got to announce to the whole world that it's their 17th 300 game. I stopped counting after 10, but I'm here to tell you somebody else went back into my bowling record, because they keep records of all that stuff, and they counted every one of my 300s, and I have 41. So I got 41 300 games. Bosch or Milwaukee? What tool is it? Both are very good. If it's drills and impact, I'm sorry. If it's impact drivers or impact wrenches, definitely Milwaukee, not Bosch. Are Bosch's bad? No, but they're way down on the totem pole for me for impact wrenches and impact drivers. Get it to 100 and we'll talk. Well, I'm gonna tell you something here there, Roosh. You got to remember, I'm not old. Okay? I'm in my late 30s, and I quit bowling for almost 10 years. So, by the time I became an adult bowler at the age of 18 till now, which is 20 years apart, right? I didn't bowl for 10 of them years. So, for 10 years having 41 300 games, that's pretty good. And that's not counting 300 games that were shot in tournaments that weren't USBC approved and all that type of stuff, or sanctioned. If you're counting those, geez, I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you then. Oh, by far, Denny, Bosch makes the better rotary hammer. Somebody else asked that question earlier before you got on. He asked me, well, what's the best rotary hammer to get? And I told him the Bosch Bulldog. Impact drivers or impact wrenches, Hozan, Hozan. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't want to butcher it. Impact drivers and impact wrenches. Yes, Milwaukee's way better. Drills, like hammer drills and drill drivers, I'd have to give the slight edge to Bosch. But it's very close. And the only reason why I say that is because Bosch has got one of the most powerful hammer drills out on the market, and Milwaukee doesn't. But Milwaukee's probably got the best compact drill driver on the market. So they're pretty even. But Milwaukee's got better battery technology here in the States. So I may give the edge to Milwaukee because you can get a lithium pouch cell battery, you can get tablet cell batteries. For the Bosch, you can't. All you can get are 21700 cell batteries for Bosch, at least here in the States. In Germany, I know they got tablets, but they're not here yet. You guys are talking so fast. Let me go back. I know you're joking, Roosh. I know. So kind of new to the channel. Really appreciate your honest opinions and agree on the Milwaukee. And I'm a DeWalt guy through and through. That's all right. DeWalt, you know what? I never used to be a DeWalt guy. I used to be, well, I was never like a fanboy. Let's just get that out there. But the most stuff I owned was Milwaukee because of the pack-out system. Because when I was first getting in the tools, that pack-out system that you could hang all the stuff on the wall, I just thought that was really cool. And then the rolling toolbox was even cooler. So I just kind of bought a lot of Milwaukee then. But then when I started a channel, I started getting more DeWalt stuff. And I tell you what, DeWalt may be passing Milwaukee. They got the better hammer drill. They got the better plunge router. They got the better cordless 12-inch or 10-inch or 12-inch miter saw in the FlexVolt. They got the better rear handle circular saw. They got the better Sidewinder. It's more powerful. So, I mean, Milwaukee's got some catching up to do here. They've been kind of laying back. Let's see if these next few months they start releasing some stuff. Which Bosch drill beats the 2904 by Milwaukee? Let's see. I'll go grab it for you. Hold on. I'll show you right now which drill it beats. Where's that big mamma jamma at? Let's see. This thing right here. The 1330. This drill dog walks at Milwaukee. They don't call it the strongest drill in the world for nothing, but I don't think it's the strongest drill in the world. I think it's like the second, maybe third strongest drill in the world. But it dog walks that Milwaukee 2904. Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't say much. I know they're coming out some new stuff at Pipeline. But cordless angle grinder, Bosch or Milwaukee? That's like you're asking good questions, but they're very close because Bosch has that X-Lock. Hold on, I'm not done. Let's see. See this thing right here? This is the Bosch. This is just their normal 4.5-inch angle grinder. But what no other company has, except for Makita, because Makita paid Bosch to have it, they got this. No more do you need a tool to put in. I'm trying to do this backwards, guys. No more do you need a tool. Why ain't it going in? Oh, there we go. No more do you need a tool to do it. I'll do it again. Sorry, guys. I had it backwards. You can just do this. Boom. It's ready to go. So that feature is pretty cool. But if you're going with power, I'd give the edge to Milwaukee. But the best angle grinder on the market is the Flex. And then the second best angle grinder on the market, or maybe tied with that Flex in my opinion, is the DeWalt FlexVolt. I own the DeWalt FlexVolt. It is very powerful, but one thing it's very back heavy because you got that big FlexVolt battery on the back. Kind of makes the tool a little bit unbalanced, where the Flex has a lot of power, but that tool is a lot more balanced than the FlexVolt. But that FlexVolt is an absolute beast. Yeah. I do industrial construction out of India. Wow. I build factories for a living, but Milwaukee makes a few things I like. I like the nibbler that DeWalt don't make. Yeah, that's true. Milwaukee makes more tools than anybody else, I'll tell you that much. They make a lot more tools. So they definitely get the check mark there. Yeah, that's fine. Milwaukee's good. Don't get me wrong. I think Milwaukee's good. But do they make the best of everything? No. I think as a whole, their whole line, I don't think there's really a horrible tool in their line. So I think from start to finish, their line's the best line. But there's definitely tools that other companies make that are better than Milwaukee, you know. Um, but their consistency across their line is pretty amazing. I'm sorry, I missed it because I was talking and answering. Let me see what Pat wrote. Sharush, which Matable are you talking about? I'm sorry, so many. Here we go. Pat's garage. Which framing nailer do you recommend? Because I need one in the next few months. The Milwaukee one's very good. I don't have a lot of experience with framing nailers, but I do know Souls likes his framing nailer a lot, and that's a Milwaukee one. I'll tell you what not to get. Don't buy the DeWalts. They're horrible. The DeWalts are horrible. Bosch. Bosch makes really. I know it sounds like I'm a Bosch fanboy here. I'm not. They just make really good stuff, except for their impact drivers. Their impact drivers are kind of shitty. But this is a 15 gauge finish nailer, and I absolutely love it. You talk about ease of use. It is kind of big, okay? They are bigger. Bosch tools are just going to be bigger than anybody else. But I love this nailer. It's smooth. It's consistent. You don't have all that kickback. People bitch about the flywheel, but the reason why people bitch about the flywheel is because DeWalt uses the flywheel, and DeWalts are the worst nailers of all time. Bosch figured it out with the flywheel. I can go rapid bump fire with this thing over and over again as fast as I want. Once it's ramped up, once you get it ramped up, you can go as fast as you want. With that DeWalt, you gotta wait. Not with this bad boy. So, to answer your question, Bosch or Milwaukee, I haven't had a chance to try out a flex one yet. I will say the rigid nailers are very, very underrated. As you can see, I got a rigid nailer right here. Without completely tearing up my whole tool bench behind me. But the rigid nailer is very, very good. Actually, that may be my favorite 18 gauge nailer right there. And I got a couple of Milwaukee ones, but that one is really nice. Oh, Indiana. Maybe I read it wrong. I'm sorry. I thought it said India. But maybe I read it wrong because I'm trying to read so many comments that are popping up. Pat, I went to Home Depot this evening and the DeWalt were on clearance. Yeah, there's a reason why they're on clearance, brother, because they're not good. It all depends what you're using it for, Pat. If you're using it once in a while for a home project, it'll be fine, okay? But if you're going out there and using it every day and expecting it to perform and to make your job easier that day, no. There's a reason why they're on clearance, because they're not good. Yeah, no, yeah, listen to Juan there. He knows. Yeah, they have a deal for 2 free badgers if you buy the tool. It was like $300, $350. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's another thing too, Pat. You know, I'm a sucker for a good deal. Dude, I will drive within a 50. I take 1 day a week. 1 day a week. And I'll go to all the different Lowe's and Home Depots in my area within a 50-mile radius. And I will just scour for mistakes and deals and clearance items. I tell you what, I've been striking out lately. But when they're putting a lot of stuff on clearance, there's like a couple of week period throughout the year where you're just picking up shit for dirt cheap. And you also got to know how to play the game. Like at Home Depot, if you just apply for their Home Depot credit card, you don't got to accept it. You just got to apply. If you apply for their Home Depot credit card, they give you up to $100 in Pro Extra dollars. So $100 to use in Home Depot. I can't tell you how many times I've applied for a Home Depot card and Sorry, guys, that was my blower that accidentally turned on. Sorry. Can't tell you how many times I applied for a Home Depot credit card and said, nope, I don't want it. And then the guy takes the 50, 75, 100 bucks off my order, and boom, just like that. You just got to play the game, and I've made quite a few videos in the past, if you want to go back and look at them, about how to play those games. No, it's not a Makita. It's my skill. This ain't bad, though. I got this with the battery and charger for 50 bucks. It works good. For around the house, I can't complain. It works good. And when I'm not using it outside, I'm using it in the shop to blow the dust off my tools after I'm done using them. It works good. Yeah. Oh, good mention, Denny. Good mention, Denny. Watch this. As low as $49. I got some news for you. When I was in Florida back in March to visit my mother and to go, actually, I'm wearing the shirt. I went to the Gator Nationals in Gainesville, Florida, to go watch the drag races. I'm a big drag race fan. I went and scoured all the Lowe's in my mom's area, and they had this rotary hammer, 3/4 inch SDS rotary hammer. You'll never guess how much I paid for it. You won't believe me. I would have to pull up the receipt and show you guys. I paid $29. 30 bucks. 30 bucks for this. And you can tell it's been used. See all the dust and nasty concrete on it? Because I had a crack in my foundation and I had to chisel out the crack so I could pack it with hydraulic cement. I used it for that. I had to hang a bunch of shelves in the garage in the brick. I used it to drill the pre-holes so I could put the tap cons in to hold up the shelves. This thing is awesome. And I tell you what, I got the Milwaukee 12-volt one, and I got the DeWalt 12-volt one. This was 30 bucks. This was 159. And I'm telling you right now, this thing is way better. This thing goes through concrete like a hot knife through butter. Yeah, Florida, dude, I came home with like 10 new tools from Florida. I couldn't believe the deal some of these stores had on their clearance items. And I couldn't believe they were still there. Like, how aren't these people out in Florida just buying this shit up? I couldn't believe it. My wife started yelling at me. She's like, Josh, stop buying tools while we're on vacation. I'm like, babe, how can I not spend $30 on that? How? I feel like that's losing money because I know I'm going to need the tool down the road. And then when I need it, I'm going to have to spend 200, 220 bucks on it. So I feel like it's saving money. Don't you see women? I guess they're busy. Yeah, right. That is right, Denny. I guess they have a life, right, where they actually do stuff and they're not dorks like us drooling over tool deals, right? I guess we're a special type of person, but that's okay. Yeah, currently 150 bucks. There you go. So if I would have bought that after the foundation had that little crack in it that I had to repair, right? If I bought that, I would have lost 120 bucks because I would have bought that one or one like it. Who knows? Maybe I would have spent more money. Yeah, I agree with you, Pat. The Amherst Lowe's sucks. Like their back aisle always sucks. I'll go in there from time to time, and they never have anything good there. Once in a great while, they'll have a good deal, but not a great deal. The Lowe's out in Orchard Park usually have great deals. Oh, I also got the Metabo 36-volt hammer drill when I was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana a month ago with the battery for 40 bucks. That battery and that drill is like Fucking $300, if not more. I think it may be more. Actually, Pacers stink, and I'm a huge New York Knicks fan, so I love that name because they do suck. I am a huge New York fan. As you can see, I got my Yankees and my Giants hat. I haven't had the time to add the Knicks to my arm here, but I am a diehard New York Knicks fan, and I'd be telling you that as soon as I saw we were playing the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, I already had our ticket punched to the NBA Finals and maybe even an NBA title. But that's why you never count your chickens before they hatch. We played like shit that series. And I still think we're the better team, 100%. But no, Pat, I'm sorry, no Pacers stink. My wife's actually pretty good. She doesn't waste money on $300 purses. She's actually the best wife I could ever hope for. She is the best. And she lets me be me. She deals with all this crazy you see behind me. She deals with it. She knows it makes me happy. And as long as we're not going bankrupt, she supports me. That's what a good wife does, right? They had the Flex Rotary Hammer at Lowe's on Transit. Yeah, Transit always has better deals. On Transit, a few months back for $75, that was the only good deal I ever saw there. Yeah, but Transit usually has better deals. But that was a great deal. You should have jumped on that. Lowe's is spiriodic with everything, bro. Like, at least when Home Depot puts an item out on, when Home Depot clearances out an item, it's on clearance at all the other stores. Mostly. Almost 90% of the time, okay? Man, you'll go in the Lowe's and see that they got a clearance on a tool. Say you don't have the cash on you that day to buy it, and you come back a day or two later and say if that location has sold out. If you go to another location, they're trying to charge you like $250 more. It's all like your other store just had this on clearance for $200 less. You're not gonna honor the price? And they're always like, no, we don't honor store prices, only competitors' prices. Okay, you're making a hell of a lot of sense. Not really, though. All right, Jimmy. See you later, bud. Thanks for the support. Yep, it always does. That's why you got to get them deals, Pat. If you know you're going to need something in the future and you see a deal like that, you got to just scoop it up and take the hit then, and then because when you do need it down the road, it's going to cost you a couple $100 more. Never pay full price for tools. Never. There's always going to be a deal down the road. Just be patient. There's always going to be a deal. You just got to watch and look. Also, what to look out for are mistakes. I can't tell you how many batteries and tools I've gotten because they mislabeled something wrong. And when I went up to the register, and I knew they mislabeled it, and I went up to the register and it rang up a different price, and they're like, oh, well, that's the price. And then I told them, well, no, go check your sticker. And then they would go check the sticker and honor the price. So you got to just play the game. It's a big game, and you just got to play it. Yeah, Denny's right. See, Pat, I'm not a big online guy. You want to know why I'm not a big online guy? Unless the deal is too good to be true, or it's just killer, because I don't have good luck. I have bought I can't tell you, at least 6 times this year alone. I've ordered a tool online and it's come in and it was used and beat up. Or it wasn't the tool that it said it was in the box. Like somebody had bought it, put in their old tool, and then returned the box, resealed it, returned the box, and then I end up buying it online, and guess what? I get stuck with it. Yeah, they will match. They'll match their competitors' prices, but they won't match their own store prices, is what I'm trying to say. Like if one store's got, say, a Flex Quick Eject on sale for $99, but the other store 10 miles away that you're at has it for regular price at $250. Even if you show them the price at the other store, they will not honor it. It's a store-by-store basis. I think that's stupid. That's good, Pat. Yes, if they are the Amazon listed seller, yes, they will match it from Amazon. That's how I got. Ooh, where is it? Oh, it's in my tool bag because I've been trying to use it because I'm going to do a long format review on it. I've been using it a lot at work. So this impact wrench is normally $269. Well, Lowe's had it on sale for a long time for like $169, but then Amazon had it on sale for $119. $119. This impact wrench, 1/2 inch impact wrench, the Bosch 740. Okay, and for one, and I showed them the Amazon. It was shipped by Amazon. And they matched it, and I've been using this at work for the last month. Is it my favorite? No. Is it the most powerful? No. Is it the most comfortable? No. Does it do the job? Sure, it does the job. But they just don't make good, not that they don't make good impact wrenches. For $119, this is a great impact wrench. But if I would have bought it for $269 bare tool, it's not a great impact wrench. See what I mean, guys? The value. What is the value that you are getting from your tool purchase? Yeah, the Bosch nail. Yeah, yep. That's how I got that nailer, dude. I got the 2 frickin' batteries sitting in the other room over there, still in the package, because I really don't need them. And it wasn't a hackable deal. If you return the batteries, you had to return the nailer. So I think I'm going to put them up on the old marketplace. Maybe try to get $100 for 2 4-amp-hour 21700 cell batteries. I think that's a good deal. Roosh. It makes total sense. They want to steal customers from not each other. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. But at the same time, I didn't buy it. You know what I did? I went and bought it somewhere else. So guess what? They lost a sale because of it, because they wouldn't match their own store's pricing. I would have bought it right then and there. Instead, I went home and I bought it online. Yep, exactly, Derek. Yep. I only rent tools. Usually I rent a mechanic who not only does the work, brings the tools he needs. Yeah. Really? You want the Bosch batteries, Pat? Just let me know. Email me. My email is in my description, brother. Especially if you're going to get a Bosch nailer. Those are the perfect batteries for that Bosch nailer. The 4-amp-hour slim batteries. Here, I'll show you. Yeah. So it's 2 of these. It's the 4-amp-hour. See how slim they are? Those are 21700 cell batteries. I don't know how they got this so slim in a 4-amp version, but they did. They're great, compact, powerful batteries. And these are perfect for that nailer because it doesn't add that much weight to the tool. Yeah, Pat, just email. My email is in my description on the channel. Just throw me an email and we'll talk, brother. Yeah, I know, Roosh. Do I got a charger to sell? Yeah, I can sell you a charger. Yeah, I got an extra one. I've never used it. It's still in the box back there in one of the tools it came with. I got like 3 or 4 Bosch chargers. The only one I use from the Bosch chargers is their rapid charger that has the fan. But the one that I'm talking about that I'll sell you is just their normal charger. I think it takes like 45 minutes to charge one of these type of batteries up. And I think it takes an hour to charge up an 8 amp hour battery. It's just a regular charger, but it works. Okay, Pat. Thanks for staying. Oh, by the way, guys, Pat that you see in here, go like his channel. He's a young Boy Scout who makes content and does some pretty cool stuff. And he also makes some pretty cool tool accessories that we're going to showcase here on the channel. Hit him up. He's a good kid. He's from my hometown. Wow, we've been on here for 65 minutes. Holy cow. How can you guys sit there and listen to me talk for 65 minutes? That's crazy. Derek, I own all Craftsman and DeWalt mainly. DeWalt, I tried Bolt Breakaway Challenge myself. How'd it go, Derek? Denny, okay, he's talking to Pat. Sound good, Pat. Be good. There are so many good tools out on the market. It's crazy. So when we're talking, this tool's kind of blah, blah, blah. It doesn't necessarily mean it's like junk. You got to weigh the price you pay for something to the performance and how it works. And if those two things meet up pretty well for what you're doing, then you got value. It's when you buy something way up here, let's say Snap-on. You guys are going to see a bunch of videos on a Snap-on angle grinder that I have that retails for $900. The Bosch one that I just showed you, the X-Lock, for $99, outperforms it in every way possible. Do I like knives? I like a good knife. Like, if I used to have some knives, yes. But honestly, when we moved into this house, I don't know what the hell happened to all of them. I think I lost them. They were in a box somewhere, and I never found the box when we moved into this house. But I like good knives. I don't like the cheap, flimsy ones. If I'm going to get a knife, I'm going to a guy who forges them by hand, and I'm getting a custom one that fits this hand. You see how big that hand is? So that it custom fits my hand, so that it's comfortable and balanced and weighted in my hand. That's why I don't buy any knives at places, because my hands are just too big and they never quite feel right. So yes, do I like knives? Yes. But I won't buy a knife over the counter. I have to go to a forger. Yes, Denny, Bosch lasers are really good. Actually, that's a good idea. I think maybe I'll go get a Bosch laser and we can do a video on their laser. Because I need one anyways. Especially with the remodel of this house. I'm so sick and tired of chalk lines. Just put the damn laser up. It'd be so much easier. How much battery do I got left? Oh man, we're getting down to 10% battery life. Let me see if I got my battery charger in my bag here. Oh, I do. And look at, guys, I'm going to show you this. This is about the only thing Skill's good for. I'm just joking. They got some good homeowner grade tools. But see this? This is just a 2 amp hour Skill battery. See how it's got my battery charger in there? Well, watch this. My phone's about to die while I'm talking to you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and hook this up while I'm talking to you. Bear with me, guys. Boom, and now we got some juice, and we're not dead. We're not going anywhere yet. There. Sharouche. I'm sending some of the guys some handmade knives as gifts. I'll email you a few pics to choose from. Thanks, Roosh. That would be awesome. I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm trying to get the phone straight again. That's about as straight as it's going to be for right now. It's okay, Derek. XAER-21. I don't speak the language that you're speaking, but I'm pretty sure the first part of it says hello, sir. So hello to you. Yeah, dude, isn't that the worst, these autocorrects on these cell phones? It's like, I want to type this, stop changing the letter or the word that I want to type. Like, stop. You know how many times I'll send people text messages and then I go back and I read it after I send it, I'm like, oh my God, I sound like a retard, like an idiot. So now it's like, I gotta absolutely make sure every word and comma and period is exactly right. Otherwise, you know how the internet is. Oh, this guy's an idiot. He don't know how to use grammar and blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, I didn't make 500 videos and there may be 1 or 2 mistakes in there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm some professional, like I work for NBC or something, and like this is like my full-time job and blah, blah, blah. No, I do this to mess around with tools and to keep me busy. Yeah, I know, Jay, I know. So, I know this video started with how come influencers, creators, and educators on tools, as they call themselves, don't ask the tough questions. I think that's what I want to do. I want to start asking tough questions. I'm going to be that guy. And if they try to oust me, you can try, but it's pretty hard to oust me because I just keep coming back harder and harder and harder. It's just my nature. All right, guys, we've been on for 72 minutes. I think we're going to wrap it up. And I appreciate each and every one of you for popping in and commenting and adding to the discussion. This is kind of what I want to do. I want to have a discussion with the people who watch me. You know, I don't want to argue with people. You can have your opinion, I can have mine, and we can still be friends and watch content and all that good stuff, right? We can bust each other's balls. We can do lots of stuff. But I love discussion. I love it. Derek, thinking about doing a channel with my wife on life as a dad and real life tool reviews. Have a good night, man. Yeah, we'll be here every Friday at 9 p.m., Derek. Every Friday at 9 p.m. is going to be my time slot. I didn't want to go up against Tools and Tactics and Tools with Souls with their lives, so I chose Friday at 9 p.m. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate all the support. I appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around here for over an hour and just, you know, chewing the fat a little bit and just talking. We got some exciting stuff coming up. I'm pretty excited for this channel. We got some different stuff being sent to us, and I think it's going to be really good for the channel and really good for you guys to take a look at some of this stuff and get an honest, good review. All right, guys. Love you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know all that stuff. Peace.